Hello everyone, my name is Sutton the Wolf and welcome back to what I expect to be the finale of Purino Party. I just counted and this is the 42nd episode. Well, 40, was it 42nd or 40? Fuck, I already lost it. Regardless, this has been by far my longest series and I just want to express my thanks to all of you guys who stuck with it for the entire time. I know these series kind of tend to drop off in popularity as time goes along, but for all of you who actually stayed along for the whole ride, I appreciate it very much. Tadaimasu! Whoa. Whoa, what? What the heck? Congratulations, for what? Eh? Second anniversary, okay. So we got the first one last time. Anniversary, oh right, you mean... Man, feels like yesterday. I can't believe it's been that long. And I can't believe this series has gone on so long, to be completely honest. Everybody's got a dazzling smile. But it's the fruit of their own labor. I didn't do anything, really. Oh, I get to see that adorable little face one last time. Oh man, Hinako, I'm gonna miss you. You as well, Konoka. It was fun while it lasted. Kanae as well, even though it started out weird, I started to like her more in the end. A lot more. That's good to hear. I'd like to keep looking cool in front of the girls when it comes to gaming. That's a good idea, but why don't we go stargazing first? Jeez, dude. Or dudette. We're not going to have an orgy? Where'd you get that idea? You know, the first night I came here, it struck me how beautiful the starry sky was. So I'd like to go look at it with all my new friends. Okay, just gonna say, if they keep up with this, and we actually go stargazing and don't have an orgy, I love that so much. That is a really good way to end out, because this is one of those games that I talked about it earlier, I think, but this is sort of a game where it's clearly one of those kinds of visual novels where you have a dating sim, you go and you presumably have sexual relations with these girls. but they never actually show you doing that. Like, you only got a kiss from one of them, of the entire 8, and it doesn't really show you actually, like, it has innuendos, but, like, it almost feels like you don't actually get that far with it, and I'm personally okay with that. And this last little scene of them saying, okay, you know what? No, we're not going to have an orgy. We're going to go out stargazing because this was a wonderful experience and I want to share it with all of these friends that I've met. Not girlfriends, not lovers, but friends. Yes, they're all in love with the character, but they're friends that have grown through this romantic interest and they've grown to love each other in more than just a sexual way. And so if that's really how this ends out, I will be extremely happy with that. Thanks, everyone. El fin. Innocent girl harem completes. And last picture. What do we got? Thank you! And all of us are staring at the stars together. No sex, none of that. It's just a nice, romantic evening with my friends. And I could not have asked for a better ending. Honestly, I couldn't. This game was a very, very good experience for me. It started out just as me having just getting dared by a friend or like having it, like, I pretty much got tricked into playing this game, to be completely honest. But as I started playing this game, I got more and more enthralled with not only the characters, not only like the art style, but I got enthralled by the concept of the game to where it's not all about the sex, to be completely honest. And it seemed like they had the two sides of the story. They had I think it was Team Pure Girl and Team Innocent Girl. This was Innocent Girl. The other 4 were Pure Girl. With the Pure Girl team, they all had their little fetishes, but even though they had their little fetishes, like, it's not like we went into it like that, but we didn't exploit it and have sex with them. It didn't seem like, at least. In the very end, it shows them presumably having an orgy, and yes, that is sort of what it ends up with in that type. But that is, I feel like that's this game being like, okay, fine, all of you people who want it, here you go. That's what it is. And so you get that, and that's for all of the people who want to see like the sex scene and whatnot. But then we have this team who, it's not a bunch of girls who just have this big sexual fetish. Like, yes, like Kane acts sexy, yeah, but like innuendos are made, but like they're artists, they're students. And you have romantic dates. You don't like, with Kane, you get kind of sexy about it, but even then, it was like, okay, we're calling you cute instead of sexy and whatnot. But I really, really enjoyed how they took a step back in the second half of the game and said, okay, all of you people who maybe, like, you enjoy fantasy, maybe, but you don't want to just see the stereotypical, okay, gather a harem of girls and get together and have a giant orgy pile with all of them. Like, each character's storyline was nice. Each character's storyline fit with itself well. Like, it developed well, and it was really well developed to where in the very end you get a culmination where you literally are told, wait, we're not having an orgy? And you're like, yes, I want to go out and gaze at the stars with my new friends. And that was one of the big things I emphasized just earlier. It's friends, not lovers. It's not sexual concubines. It's friends. And they may be in love, but it was a very sweet, romantic ending, and I love that. I love how they didn't just go straight for the stereotypical orgy a second time. I love how they took a step back and gave all of the people who love the characters their due by saying, okay, we're not just going to disrespect all of this that we've worked up to. We're going to actually end it properly. And I really, really can't say enough as to how amazing that is. So, thumbs up for the ending there. I guess I could have been saying that all throughout the staff credits. But, I mean, I guess that's how that works. I have pretty dumb luck, and overall I'm pretty shit at this game anyways. But, regardless, I had a wonderful time in this game. Like I said, I was tricked into playing it, but once I sort of got over the fact that this was one of those visual novels that has a lot of fan service in it, I was able to take it in its context, and compared to many other visual novels I've played that share this sort of trope, I'll be completely honest, this is probably the best one I've played. Like, I've played a decent amount of dating simulators before, and this one honestly did hit the mark pretty well. I'll admit, it got pretty ridiculous at times with some of the characters, but they at least developed them well. They didn't, like, they flowed together. Like, there were some moments where it seemed like things were a bit too weird or a bit too out of there, like with vibrator clouds and sexually eating bananas. But, like, I mean, you're going to get that with these games. Like, there's always going to be something like that. But this game did a very good job of developing its characters and forming that emotional bond that a lot of anime lovers have for the characters that they connect with. And it wasn't just with one character. Like, I know I had, in the very beginning, I was like, okay, you know what, I really like Soda, and then the others are kind of meh. But near the end of that, I started to like a lot of them a lot more. Like, it wasn't just like, oh yeah, this one's cute, that's cool. It was, okay, well that's really sweet, that's really romantic. Like, that makes me so happy. That makes me legitimately happy to be playing this game. And the puzzles got harder and harder, and honestly, that's a good thing. I wouldn't have really appreciated it as a gamer if they just said, okay, you know what, just breeze through this puzzle in like 2 minutes and then you'll go and have sex with this girl. No, they actually like made it hard for you. They gave the gaming aspect of it a lot of thought, and it was really, really well done. The puzzle game itself was pretty good. Not necessarily the best ever. I liked the concept. It was different in that you could move the tiles everywhere rather than just horizontally and vertically. That's a big difference that I liked. It was a little bit complicated, what with like the favorite things and such, and like the combos and all of the different types of tiles. But I'm okay with that because I like games that sort of throw a lot at you, just because it's like it makes you feel a little better for being able to beat it. But overall, it didn't overcomplicate things, but it kept enough in it to where it was nice. And like I said, it was hard enough to where it was actually like, it felt like an accomplishment to beat it. And I like how they actually had the option to where you can actually switch the difficulty. I know I personally didn't do it. I prefer to play games how they're put out, and I like to not lower the difficulty at all so I can feel like I accomplished it in its original version. But I do like that they offered up the option of having the lower difficulty if you fail, because that lets people who don't necessarily want to stay on the same puzzle for like 40 minutes to actually go through and like they actually get to lower the difficulty so they can get through these things so they're not sitting there like I was for a long time. And then there was the correlation between the puzzles themselves and the actual game of like the actual visual novel part of the game, which I love. I cannot stress enough how much I really was appreciative of the fact that if you do well in the visual novel, then the puzzle game gets easier. Too often, I feel the games like these that have both the puzzle aspect and the visual novel aspect, I feel like they focus on one of those bits too much and the other one just gets lost. I feel like this game did a very good job of saying, okay, we're going to correlate the two, so you have to pay attention to both. To be able to see the visual novel, you have to beat the puzzles. And the puzzles will get harder and harder. But once you beat the puzzles and you get to the visual novel part, if you fail at the visual novel part, then that puzzle is going to get harder for you. So you actually have to look at these girls, figure out what they like, learn to meet them as a person, sort of, and you have to actually realize what it is that you're going to be needing to do to get yourself to the state where you're not going to be sitting here for 40 minutes completing this puzzle. And if you don't, then shame on you. You're going to be sitting here for a while. And so I really, really, really like that. So I've been singing praises about this game for pretty much the entire time I've been playing it, minus like the first couple days. But honestly, this was an extremely good experience that I can honestly say, if I was asked to play it again, I probably would. Not on the channel. I wouldn't do that again. That's another 40, 42, 43 episodes that I'd have to do for you guys, and I know you guys wouldn't really want to see that. But it was a joy to go through this. Thank you to Frontwing for doing such a wonderful job with this game, and for allowing me to actually put forth this content, you know. But overall, that was a very, very enjoyable experience, and I'm very glad that I got to do a Let's Play of it. So, with that, guys, this gets a really good rating for me. So, overall, loved it, and tell me what you think. Honestly, because you're free to disagree with me, by all means. Tell me what you think. Leave a like, leave a dislike if you want. That's okay too. But I really, really want to stress that hearing you guys' input is wonderful. Like, sure, you get your YouTube trolls and whatnot, but it's really a nice thing to be able to listen to you guys and see what you want. As I always say, whenever these videos come out, it seems like there's not really many of you viewers yet, because I mean, I'm just starting. Like, I'm on my second or third month, but to be honest, it's been really enjoyable. And what feedback I have gotten, both in person and on the internet with you guys, it's really pleasant. It's nice to be able to know that I can put something out there that people can watch, and people can actually give me constructive feedback and just talk, because that's really what we're made for, I think, just communication. So I've yammered on for long enough, so I'll leave you guys to it. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. This has been Purino Party. I highly recommend it. Great game. Wasn't very expensive. Get it on Steam. And that's all there really is to it. So leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel below if you can, guys. All that stuff really does help me out as a YouTuber, and I love hearing from you guys. So, without further ado, we say adieu to Purino Party, and I will see you all in the next episode of a new series